Hey everybody, this is a screencast about the Participating in Community Team project. So every capstone at PSU has both individual volunteering and also a group project. And our group project was created by some former students, and we call it the PIC team project. The idea is that the volunteering that you're doing either in the classroom or with an education organization, it's you working in the organization solo. And these team projects are a chance to work together to see what kind of energy and what kind of ideas you can gather as a group and a collective, and what kind of action you can take as a team. And I have identified with our community partners some areas of need, and we will be working with the Open School and also with King School, doing some team projects for them, some bigger projects for their students. So you have access to this document on the PIC team project, but I just wanted to go through it with you a little bit. Our opportunities are for the team project. One focus is closing the technology gap and providing access. So Open School is looking to get some iPads and some support for some technology learning for their students. They also have some really basic needs that kids and families have that we're going to talk to Matthew about, but one team will be able to do some fundraising or drive participation to do something like get winter coats for kids. And then we have a project for King School, which is a field trip fund. A lot of the students at King don't have the money for the $3 to $5 that they need to go on field trips, and it creates a lot of stress for them and their families. And this is an opportunity for us to help think about ways to create an ongoing fund so that students and teachers don't have to worry about that. In some cases, if there aren't enough students who have the funding for the field trips, the entire class doesn't get to go. And there's a lot of importance in learning outside of the school building, and it's really important that these kids have access to that. So, and all kids should have access, equal access. So this would help us. There may be some ways to connect with the surrounding community at King to get some sponsorships going for kids there. So those are the three team projects. We will be using some frameworks from the Mitchell piece that we read in week 1, just as a kind of a critical lens for our work. So that's that component of you guys will think about authentic relationships, redistributing power, and that kind of thing as part of this teamwork, and you'll be guided through that process. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take a survey, which is part of Journal 1, to understand your skills and your potential roles. Your team will think about theoretical frameworks you want to use for your group work once it's developed. And I will put you in touch with the community partner to get more details, and I'll be helpful in that process to your team. That's the basics of the team project. So I hope that helps. You should be spending at least 5 hours in the term, and it probably will be more, working with your team on these projects. These will be ongoing all term, so it might be that you get partially through a process and you hand off that process to the next group, or maybe that you're able to fundraise significantly or get a big piece of the work done this term. It really just depends on what the goals are of the team project, what the community partner goals are, and your approach. There are specific guidelines almost every week for some work that your team can do together. So it's very guided, but there's also a lot of room for creativity. And I am around to help your teams think through the process. So that's just a little overview. I hope it helps. I'm going to send this out to the group. Thanks.